Hello, my wonderful friends. It's me, Bodha, your curious little guide to all things fascinating and mystical. Today, we're diving into the story of Holy Ganga, the most revered river in India, also called Ganga Maya. She's more than just a river. She's a goddess, a purifier, and a lifeline. But do you know the fascinating story of how she descended to earth? Hold on to your feathers as I take you on a journey through the Puranas to uncover this epic tale. Our story begins in the heavenly realms. Ganga was originally a celestial river flowing in the heavens. She was born from the water poured over Lord Vishnu's feet by Lord Brahma during Vishnu's Trivikrama avatar. She was revered by gods for her purity and majestic nature. But her journey to earth had to wait until a king named Bhagiratha undertook an extraordinary mission. Once upon a time, there lived a mighty king named Sagara, a great ruler of Ikshvaku dynasty. However, like any Ikshvaku king, King Sagara also had no children. He had two wives, first wife being Vidarbha king's daughter Kesini, and second wife was Arishtanemi's daughter Sumati. He performed rigorous penance for Maharshi Bhrigu. The sage blessed the king to have one offspring that would continue the lineage from one wife and 60,000 highly enthusiastic kids from another. Also, he let the queens choose which alternative they preferred. As they chose, Sumati gave birth to 60,000 sons while Kesini bore a single son named Asamanjasa. Asamanjasa as a kid had a cruel habit of drowning other people's kids in the river. When people complained to the king, he was given a harsh warning. Things seemed to have calmed down. Years later, Asamanjasa was married to a suitable girl and they soon had a son. They named him Anshumant. Some years later, Asamanjasa's cruelty was again brought to king's notice. This time it led to his banishment. Anshumant chose to stay with his grandfather. To establish his supremacy, King Sagara performed the Grand Ashwamedha Yaga. A sacred horse was released to wander, marking his territory. However, during the ritual, Indra hid the horse in sage Kapila's hermitage. King Sagara ordered his 60,000 sons to look for the horse. The sons scoured the earth and finally found the horse near the hermitage of sage Kapila, who was meditating. In their arrogance, they accused the sage of stealing it. The commotion disturbed the sage and he opened his eyes. As soon as he did that, the 60,000 sons were reduced to ashes. Their souls remained unrested, unable to ascend the heavens. When they failed to return after a lot of time, Sagara sent Anshuman to bring back the horse and his uncles. He reached sage Kapila's hermitage after a lot of searching and saw the horse in 60,000 heaps of ashes. He guessed what would have happened. He stood there thinking if he should perform the last rites for his uncles or take back the horse. That's when Garuda came there. He told Anshuman that only getting washed by the holy water of River Ganga can their souls rest in peace. He advised him to take the horse back and finish the yaga, which Anshuman followed. Later, King Sagara did penance to bring Ma Ganga down to earth. After him, Anshuman continued the penance, followed by his son Dilipa, but could not achieve the goal. A generation later, Bhagiratha, son of King Dilipa, resolved to bring Ganga to earth. His mission was to purify the ashes of his ancestors and liberate their souls. Bhagiratha performed severe penance to praise Lord Brahma, the creator. Pleased with Bhagiratha's devotion, Brahma granted his wish to bring Ganga to earth. However, he warned that Ganga's descent would be too powerful for the earth to bear. Bhagiratha would need Lord Shiva to control her mighty flow. Bhagiratha then turned to Lord Shiva, performing penance once again, increasing the severity. Shiva agreed and opened his hair to hold the descending water of Ganga and all the life forms living in it. As she flowed down from the heavens, Ganga was unsure if Shiva would be able to withhold her torrential stream of water. Shiva grasped her thoughts and caught the cascading Ganga in his matted locks, taming her wild currents. She was completely locked with not even a drop of water escaping the hold. As Ganga remained trapped in Shiva's locks, Bhagiratha had to pray once more for her release. Shiva obliged and released a few thin streams into the earth. One stream descended straight on Himalayas and started flowing in the direction led by Bhagiratha and his chariot. The stream devoured everything in its ways as it flowed. On the way stood Jahnu Maharshi's serene hermitage, where towering ancient trees with gnarled branches stretched towards the sky, their trunks adorned with vines and moss. The atmosphere was charged with the spiritual energy of Vedic chants. The powerful current of Ganga destroyed the hermitage of Jahnu Maharshi. Everything was shattered and cattle was floating in the currents. Angered by this, Jahnu Maharshi swallowed the entire river in one gulp. Once again, Bhagiratha pleaded the sage to release the river so that his ancestors attained salvation. The sage released Ganga through his ear, earning her the name Jahnavi. The river followed Bhagiratha's chariot down to the Patal Loka, where the heaps of ashes lay. As her waves washed the heaps of ashes, the 60,000 souls were liberated. That's how Ganga came down to the earth. She began her journey from Gangotri Glacier in Himalayas as the Bhagirathi River. She merged with Alakananda River at Devaprayag to form the Ganges. She flows through Rishikesh and Haridwar, where millions gather for a holy dip. At Prayagraj, she meets Yamuna and Saraswati at the Triveni Sangam, the most sacred confluence. In Kashi, she is revered as a giver of salvation. Pilgrims bathe in her waters and offer prayers at the sacred ghats. Passing through Bihar and Jharkhand, she nourishes fertile plains and countless lives. In Bengal, she splits into distributaries, forming the mighty Sundarbans Delta before merging into the Bay of Bengal. Isn't Ganga Ma's story fascinating? From her celestial origins to her earthly journey, she embodies purity, devotion, and salvation. But remember, friends, it's our duty to protect and cherish this sacred river. Until next time, this is Bodha, your storyteller, signing off with a hoot and a prayer. Stay curious, keep exploring, and don't forget to subscribe to Bodhahoots for more fascinating stories and insights.